All right, next up, Raw from Austin is taped, and you would lose to Kane.
Oh, son of a bee sting.
He would eat you up. The only offensive move was a top rope clothesline, and he didn't even sell it for you, dog. Do you have any issues with a match like this? Do you have any issues with Kane at
Not
this time?
not not with Kane. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's anybody else, I would be like, okay, like you're really not going to give me anything. But I think this works with a guy like Kane. I
Kane's the
think it
big
also,
monster.
yeah, and I think it also works in the story. Like, oh, the Outlaws can't beat these guys. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you saw what Kane did to half of them. You know what I mean? So I think there's reasoning behind it. I think stuff like that, when there's a reason for it, it makes it mean so much more.
Well, let's talk about this interesting part of the timeline for you. You work a one-off for Power Pro Wrestling
Oh,
right before King of the Ring, which you don't even have a match announced for, and you put over Brian Christopher on the show in Memphis. Dog.
yeah.
We haven't talked a lot about Brian Christopher. What can you tell us about the King's late son?
I loved him. I loved him like he was my brother, and because he was like my brother, and we were both crazy, and we were both drug addicts, and we both lived life to the fullest, and gone too soon. Another one of my friends gone too soon, and I haven't lost a bunch of them that close, because me and Brian were close. Me and Brian were like brothers to where we would almost fight after matches and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that passionate with what we're talking about, and it was just, we were just the same. I think we were cut from the same cloth, and so yeah, really really loved.
I mean, you guys have a lot in common. You're in the business. Your
Yeah.
dads are in the business. You're coming
Yeah,
up
it's
now.
just,
You're making your own name for yourself.
and
Um,
his dad and my dad made money together too. You know what I mean,
yeah,
in this business. And actually, Brian and I drew money. It was the first time I ever realized, oh wait, the the story on top is what draws the money, and then it matters if that's the. I started learning that stuff. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I didn't know none of that. I didn't. I grew up around wrestling, but it was around wrestling when you didn't take your kids to wrestling, and
yeah.
I wasn't even smart till I was like 12 years old. And by smart, I just mean I knew wrestling wasn't real. You know what I mean? But I was 12 or 13 when I found that out. You know what I mean? So my dad kept us at arm's distance a lot. So I didn't know the intricacies or the inner workings of the business side of it. I just knew what I loved about the athletic side of it. You know what I mean? The actual in-ring performance side of it. So Brian and I had some USWA title stories and down there, and went to a cage match in Nashville, and it was up from 2 months before, and it was just like cool, like oh man, we did it. You know what I mean? We brought some people out here to see us. It felt
Well, as a
good.
fan, he was such entertaining to watch. He had incredible charisma, man.
Yeah,
Whenever he's on screen, you just go, I gotta watch this guy. I don't know what's about to happen.
yeah.
He's gonna make me laugh. He's gonna put on a hell of a show in the ring. We're just gonna have a good time for just a few minutes. So,
And
yeah, like you said,
Lord only knows what happened behind closed doors.
gone too
But man,
soon, like you
yeah,
said,
gone too
brother.
soon. That's for sure.